Hello, we're back from our video.
Man, I
What?
sure hope I don't get asked a question.
Shut up, Barca.
I'm sorry, I ruined it.
kill you.
Waffles.
You ruined the surprise!
That's the last time I give Barca a script to the entire show.
Yeah.
All right, so this past weekend we played Gen Con for my birthday. Super exciting, but I had to be an evil GM, and Varsa built his character to do one thing in particular, and never got to do it.
Fair.
No, like not even the fact I came close to killing him, but he never got to do the one thing he built his character for. So
I love
brought
that
up
you
a
got him as he was trying to.
that was the best part, the attack
Yeah.
of opportunity. But it brought up a question in my
Strong
head.
word, Waffles.
It brought up a question in my head. Have you guys ever wanted to do something so much with a ttrpg character and died before, or even the campaign ended before you got to?
Yes.
I don't play enough
Is this-
for that to happen.
Is that one of our prior campaigns that is no longer in the sphere of public eye?
Yeah, they're all looking at me.
Yeah, who's answering this question is my question.
All right.
Oh,
What, Barca, what did you want your character to do?
I wanted to chokeslam the Tarask or other large creature, and then I got eaten for half the battle.
Inside the bit. Oh, actually, I'm gonna tangent us for just half a second. It brought up an interesting question that I brought to Syrup in the car the other day. Is I don't think anything rules as written stops you from tripping, shoving, or grappling the Tarask from inside it.
Yep.
I would hope a DM would stop that.
No, think about it.
I told her.
Probably?
I told her. I said I doubt I would let a lot of them go. Like you can't flip it. Like you're not gonna choke slam it.
What if?
But you might kick it the bottom of its stomach so hard that it falls prone.
Look.
That's a
look,
trip.
Yeah, that makes
You
that
could
makes
give it a
sense.
really bad
But
stomach
I
ache.
wouldn't allow grappling.
But what if you
No.
run along the inside of its stomach lining like
It's
a
not
hamster
a treadmill.
wheel?
Maybe
Trip
you just
it.
grab huge handfuls of its stomach lining. It's keeling over in pain, so it
Yes.
can't move.
Yeah.
To
I think
be fair, this is what it's like when Varso DMs you with a new character idea. He's like, "All right, now hear me out. I got a couple questions. So, how do you interpret these rules in every situation
Yep.
so I can figure out how I can min-max the shit out of it and hold you to this?" Because I'm gonna fuck it up.
You can drop kick a Tarask from the inside and grapple it and or make it fall prone. I think that's valid. I think when you're level freaking 18 and you're fighting a Tarask, you've earned that right.
I was
The
most impressed.
Tarask earns the level 25 CR.
I was most impressed that he was level 18 and couldn't cut himself out.
Yeah.
It's hard to cut your
Well,
way
I
out of
missed
those things.
Yeah,
'Cause,
you
well,
also
yeah.
got a
It was a
nat
Tarask.
one at the worst time. It was rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hit
Alright.
a power attack and it wasn't enough to get it out, and then my one
It
hit
was
that could
like
get me out,
4
I
points
missed
off.
and then died, or went
Fair.
unconscious.
But okay, I will answer the original question very, very briefly, which is it's like a borderline. I think that it was my first time actually leveling through a character high up, and that was Cosmet, the original OG. And as I was building her, I went very flavorful on the fire, and Carrick was very nice enough to allow me fire wings, and I really wanted, I was looking forward to that. I'd planned for that, and I think we were basically wrapping up the campaign as she got fire wings. So there was I think we used it in flavor,
Yeah.
but I was really hopeful to actually use it in combat and the like.
To branch off of the that campaign in particular, because I have two things. One that I got cut off short for, one that the campaign ended. And they're different campaigns, but
Yeah.
for the same campaign that Cosmet was, my character Moss was level 15 Bard at the time by the end of the campaign, and one of the things that I had planned towards toward the end of it was the combination of glibness and telekinesis, essentially
That's very
making
true.
default DC 26 acrobatics checks for something to escape a telekinetic grapple, or I'm sorry, strength checks. Just because it absolute bullshit would have allowed me to just keep something suspended in the air as long as I wanted to. It would have been broken.
I just want to say, you played a bard, and I hated it.
Yeah.
I don't think you needed to add to the shit pile.
No, that was for the battle royale mostly.
Oh, okay.
You had two bards
that
in that
would've been
campaign, and we both screwed with you so bad.
Oh yeah, that was wonderful.
No, I had two bards who
Look
could
at this stuff.
counterspell with a
Isn't it
wizard, and I think Cosmet
we are
also
playing
had
Starfinder,
counterspell.
so
That's true.
Yeah.
Does anyone else
Anyway.
have the answer?
Yeah, go ahead, guys.
Yeah, I have one that's actually recent. The game fell through, but my plan was to play a vampire who was a creation bard, so you can summon random objects. And so
he was a vampire.
Yeah, he was a vampire.
That's amazing.
But
Nice.
the fantastic thing about vampires and creation is that you can make any object of a certain like GP value or less and just have it for like an hour. So I can summon, say, like a skateboard or a trebuchet, and just use it as I see fit. And the wonderful thing about vampires is they have innate spider climb. So I was planning on summoning a skateboard all the time, and then just riding around in all 360 directions.
What a character concept! All right, guys.
I don't feel
want to
bad
play
for
a
you for not getting to
skateboarding
do that.
vampire, y'all. I just need this.
What happens when the DM says the skateboard does not get your spider climb by proxy?
See, but the thing is, I can just put a foot down, and because the creation bards can animate any
I can just
non-magical
scoot.
object. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, exactly.
you're flying on it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can make it hover, and then I can stick it to the wall because I can just scoot, and then it won't fall. It's great.
I instead summon a scooter.
Yeah.
I
Alright,
want
Barso
to play.
character.
I want to do a one shot with just that character so I can kill it.
Just so you know, I had the Moss special set up. So I had like daggers set up to animate so that I could then have a swarm of dagger bats that would kill things. Like I had a whole like echelon of skills prepared.
All right, who
Whole
else?
Box of screw the DM.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Varsa
I
was
don't
your
play
grappling
enough.
one, the one.
So no.
That's really the most like the strongest example, because otherwise it's just like
Right.
campaigns ending or not like or getting TPK'd waffles or like
Yeah,
just
Minion was a pretty good one.
yeah. I was looking forward to the end of like Minion's arc because Minion was like a depressed skeleton dude who never really found his purpose in life before we got TPK'd.
It's unlucky.
Kind of right around his
Yeah.
arc actually, which sucked, but
Yeah.
it was,
Yeah, we
it was
were
a pretty
like, "This
legendary
is your
TPK,
part."
so I can't be too mad.
No one gave him a
Join
bow.
us. Go for it. Sorry.
I was making random skeleton puns. It's fine.
I hate skeleton
We made
puns.
so many of them in that game.
Goodness
Anyways,
gracious.
while I would love to say, come join us around the table as we reminisce on campaigns that you were not a part of, nor have you listened to, lovely listener, I'm afraid we must continue with the story that you are familiar with.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Unluckily, yeah.
Everyone all these stories, honestly. But here we are. Not doing the stories.
Guess we just
Okay.
have to play Starfinder.
Sierra's just a killjoy. God.
Here we
Anyway,
go.
story time.
Hey, let me get rid of this jazz music. Boom. All right, you guys are in this city. You walk out to this basically sidewalk, looking around. Every building, it looks like it's made out of this white, like almost porcelain ceramic, maybe even just white, very smooth metal. It looks like all the buildings connect in some way, though it's kind of hard to tell like what connects where and everything because it's so intricate. And you guys just kind of pop out of a wall because of the door onto the sidewalk, and immediately just have these three like robotic humanoid heads kind of turn to you.
Real quick, Waffles. When we had come into this place, you had said like the door behind us closes, and like there was like a little camera or something sticking out.
Nothing about
No?
a camera.
Okay, that's why I asked.
Yeah, door closed. Like you guys look back. Okay. I know what you're talking about now. You guys look back and the door's gone. I said the camera, as in like producing mode. Yeah.
The viewer.
No, I got you.
The viewer themselves are looking
that's
at you
what I
with
wasn't
all of
sure
their
about.
eyes.
I was like, I wonder if the door still is there and there's just like a creep cam looking out.
Nope. Door's gone. You guys are standing on the sidewalk. I think you have Grace with you.
No. Got
No,
it.
we don't. We left.
Okay. All right.
Nice try, Waffles. Nice
Try-
try.
I tried my best to help y'all out, but oh well.
Yeah.
No, we
You
want to
left the key
die. It's
behind.
fine.
Yeah.
We want to TPK of our own volition here.
All right, can I make like a equivalent of an insight? I guess it's sense motive if I can on these robots. Obviously, I know we stick out like a sore thumb, so I more want to detect if there is hostility or, defensiveness in the immediacy of their reactions.
Okay. Yeah. Give me a
Sense motive.
sense motive. Yeah. I always want to call it insight. It's
Oh
not.
wow, that's not bad. 26.
Every time I played. Oh.
Sorry.
I was going to say, every time I play like one tabletop game, I always call it the wrong skill. And like I go to the one like I had just played, etc.
Yup. All right. 26. Though it is hard to tell because they are robots, they don't really have any emotions on their face or anything. They're not drawing weapons. They're not charging you. You don't think there is any hostility from them whatsoever. The biggest thing you think is they are probably as caught off guard as you guys are.
Yeah. I'm just gonna try. Oh, that's loud.
Sorry,
Yeah.
that was
What
very
is
loud.
that?
That's not
God!
supposed to be that. That's not
Spaceship
supposed to be that
landed.
loud.
On top of
Oh
us.
god, guys, we're gonna die.
Out of all the soundtracks on Starfinder, why does this one not have a volume bar? All right.
All right. So tentatively in common, I will just say, hello.
You get like a couple of second stares from each of them, and then one of them says, "Hello? Why are you here?
Oh, we don't.
How are you here?" It just interrupts you.
We don't know. We don't know. Where are we?
You see two of them draw weapons immediately. And then the other one like
Tetsu's-
Go ahead.
Tetsu's arm immediately like just bursts into a shield.
Okay. Yeah, they draw these like large rifles towards y'all, and the other one kind of puts their hands up and says, "I'm not sure we can tell you that, but if you will," kind of looks back to the other robots. "Just wait. We can all attempt to speak on this."
All four of my arms are up in like a relax, diffuse situation. Absolutely, we would be. Where's my accent? It's been a while.
You're no longer British anymore.
Oh wow!
Thank goodness.
I never
It's wherever my
was.
accent is.
We'd be happy, y'all. Yeah, I just kind of absolutely. We don't have to do anything rashly. We can just talk.
Len's like nodding in the back.
The whole bell is
No.
just.
Yeah.
Jiggling about.
Moto's very curious about the make of these robots. Can I make an engineering check to just kind of see if I can assess how advanced they are, maybe what materials have gone into creating them?
Yeah, for sure.
And can I make a perception check? Is there a lot of variations of things in threes here?
Ooh. That's a good
Yeah, you
question.
can make a perception check for that.
Yeah.
I'd like to make a bodyguard check for any sort of direct response of danger from other people around. Is there big groups coming, that sort of thing? I guess that's also a
Oh.
perception check.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a bodyguard check just to notice people and where they are, and maybe you notice someone hiding with a sniper or something. Moat, to your engineering, the 23. They look very advanced. They also look like it's hard for you to put a finger on it exactly, but the type of build they don't look like they should have this type of sentience. They're not, they're robots. They're meant to be, like, from what you're looking at, they're meant to be like commanded or used with a remote control. Like maybe they had, like, at most they have a one directive of pick up this box, carry it over there. But
Okay.
they're acting like androids yet. I mean, here, I'll actually share this with you. I don't know if it's gonna, hold on, I'm gonna erase that name. I don't know if it's gonna give you that.
Got him.
Because like the first thing that Moat
that
thinks
is
of
a-
when they don't look
That
like they
robot
should
is-
be super sentient is it could be like some form of like essentially robo hive mind type thing, but like with individuality kind of baked in. But we'll see, I guess.
Definitely a possibility in Moat's head.
So is there, like, with a 22 perception, is there like a lot of triangles, a lot of things in threes, any triune symbols?
You have that thought? No.
Okay.
So are we currently
We didn't
just
go to heaven.
currently just kind of like waiting, right? Like that's the situation right now. Did they send somebody off?
Well, a lot of people are making checks currently, and then, like, basically we're paused. The game is paused, and we're resolving a lot of checks.
I think they're
Eisen, your bodyguard check of 13. You don't, like, notice anybody rushing y'all, or notice anyone, like, hidden behind walls or anything like that. At this point, the game unpauses, and the two keep their guns up, and the one that's kind of been in front the entire time says, "I will take you to someone who can talk more freely than me. I am unsure of what to do in this exact situation, as in why you're here. Will you follow?"
Looking around at the
Sure.
group unless oh yeah, yes.
I mean, you got nothing better to do.
Can I continue to keep an eye on whether or not when they say things like I am not sure what to do, if they're speaking about solely themselves, if they seem to be speaking about the group, like hive mind style and free will style. So if they speak about emotions, if one looks scared while the other looks angry, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll tell you without a roll. None of them look anything. Like they
Sure.
don't have any kind of emotions come across their face. The closest you can get to anything like that is you see these two have their guns up. One of them starts to lower it while the other keeps the gun up. And then this person is also talking and raised their hand to, like, stop them.
Sure.
Which can lead yes or no to that question. Like, you feel like you probably have to learn more, but
It seems to be
Yeah,
some
that's-
individuality there.
yeah.
Interesting.
Tetsu's just going to keep the shield out, but follow. Trying to keep the squishies within 5 foot.
I'm going to slow down to be in pace with Dr. Lin. If you can, keep an eye with me on signs, languages, road signs, anything that designates where we are.
Yeah, I can do that. Look around. We don't recognize any of the like language around here, right?
No, you don't.
Okay.
Give me a culture
No
check.
language.
Anybody that would like to.
Oh, my big number's coming out.
Don't mind if
Oh, I
do.
rolled well. 18. Holy shit.
26 never hurt.
26 over here.
Great.
You know.
I'm also alongside doing this check, and I have Wasp just kind of pull it up and just kind of sit on top of my head and just be taking video of
Oh yes.
our trek.
Okay.
I'm so grateful to have a drone in this party.
And I rolled a 19 culture.
Drown,
All right.
drown.
Anybody that rolled under 25 knows nothing. But
Yeah, right.
Dr. Lin and Zeha with 26s. You guys still don't know what language it is, but you do know that it looks like a variation of like an older language. So like I'm trying to think of a good way to explain it. Just being studied of culture, you guys can tell what language, like how languages evolve and stuff, and you know what a language from 200 years ago like looks like versus a language now, even if you don't know the language.
Sure.
To you, this looks like a language from 200 years ago that has since evolved very slowly, if that makes sense. So like you can tell that it's like looking at Latin or something. Like you can tell it definitely has some old feel to it, but it's like looking at like Latin versus English.
It's like looking at Latin if Italy was removed from Europe and just sitting in the middle of the Atlantic.
It helps that it was written
like it doesn't have other influence.
Gotcha. It also helps that it's written in papyrus font.
Yeah, everything's papyrus.
Comic Sans.
Yeah.
That's the
Oh,
modern top. That's like the
it's bold italic papyrus.
Oh god. Okay. All right. Interesting. I'm going to yeah, I mean, I know that one is recording and I don't want to be offensive, but you know, I'm going to kind of like pull out my comm unit and just see like, do I have signal? What's the deal? Like, just, you know, when you're in like a theater and you don't want to disturb something, so you just kind of like slide your phone out and glance. Yeah, that. And then see if I can sneak a picture.
Yeah, you see both guns immediately come up to you like real snappy. They don't shoot, but like you're reaching for something clearly. What's up?
Did they react to Wasp at all?
They like traced Wasp with their guns, but then realized it was like it's like almost an extension of you, and just considered it like not tracing it or anything. Aside from that, they snapped their guns towards Zeha for the movement. Zeha, you have no signal.
Cool. I just slide it back in my pocket. Calm, like almost like not the nonchalance is supposed to like ooze off of me and help them calm down. Like, no, that wasn't a big deal. Relax. I'm not gonna do anything.
I'm trying to figure out why the stream's dropping.
I was just looking at a TikTok.
Yeah, give me. Let's
let's take half a second here. Let's take a breath.
Yeah.
Our bit rate's in the red, and that's not our internet. So I'm trying to see if it's Twitch crappy right now. What's going on?
Give me a second. Let's find out.
I blame Waffles.
Waffles, please tell us when we can take another breath.
Yeah, Waffles, stop updating Wrath of the Righteous.
I closed him.
Mm-hmm. You left it in your tray, and it's currently
like
downloading
I always
max
do.
capacity.
Breathe, Varso, breathe.
Don't breathe, Varso. He didn't say to breathe. Die, Varso. Die. Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Joy. I know what joy feels like now. I enjoy this.
You just shed one small tear.
Oh, damn it. There goes my happiness.
Resurrection does exist.
Cooper, you trying not to move?
No, I was holding my breath.
Oh, I looked over at the stream for a second. I just saw, like, I wasn't sure if the stream froze or if you were just posing.
No, I didn't do Mannequin Shelter. I was trying to hold my breath, but my lung capacity is doo-doo.
Dave.
Guys, can we avoid saying words like doo-doo on stream?
Well,
okay.
We might not
lung
have been on
capacity is
stream when
caca.
that happened.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Poopy. The look of concern on Syrup's face. The puzzlement. The despair. Boy, oh boy, what is going on?
Oh well. We'll keep going. We don't know. We don't know why we're dropping bit rate. Twitch says they're fine. Our internet speed test is still like 500 down, 300 up, which is plenty to stream.
Weird.
It's one of your faults. I knew it.
I blame you, Carrick.
How dare you? Do you think restarting stream would help?
That's what you're supposed to do when you have technology problems, right?
That's why I asked.
Sure. Since we're on hold anyways, I'll just stop and start real quick.
Turn it off and on again.
1 second. Streaming. Video bitrate. Alright, we'll be right back, folks. Alright, stopping stream. It's struggling to stop.
That's a
I
problem.
feel like it always struggles to stop.
Mm-mm. Are we still live?
I don't know. I keep mine down.
Yes, it seems so. There it goes.
Hello?
They've had a lot more reports, like double the reports than normal in the last hour.
Oh, so it could be Twitch.
Yeah,
Oh, thank God.
that's what I was saying.
That's kind of good, at least.
I'm scared it's always gonna be me.
Yeah, their baseline is
Oh,
usually
that's
like six reports at any given time, and in the last hour they've had 12. And those are like outages, not like a single person.
And I'm gonna try again, okay?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Take 2.
Ah, that's green. That's better. Alright. We should be back at the very least.
All right.
Alright then.
Oh, it stopped running for me.
Alright.
It's perfectly fine.
Twitch, fix yourself.
Yeah, it keeps buffering.
Buffer
And
this.
it's back to red. Ooh, and it's high red now. This is Twitch.
Yeah, mine stayed.
I
high.
knew.
What if we get to super red?
All of our computers explode.
Then we
like
all die.
Star Trek. Like if
Oh,
you've
shit,
seen like
I'm
someone get
getting
blown up
out.
from Star Trek, where like their console explodes and they go flying.
We get like shrapnel in the neck.
Just like 10,000 sparklers going off.
Alright, guys, I'm beginning the Gungeon Twitch % speedrun.
That's secretly what it is Varso is just streaming a secondary stream silently.
Alright, guys, welcome back to my Minecraft Let's Play.
Get out of here, Verso.
Carrick, you're not invited to my Minecraft realm.
Wait, did you say Minecraft
Wow.
Realm?
Yeah.
My Minecraft realm.
That's like the name of the servers, or like the easy servers for like your user
Minecraft
friends.
server.
Do you not know what a Minecraft realm is? Are you serious?
I thought the,
Not a Minecraft loser.
You fake fans.
Fight me.
You boomer.
Yeah. What about it, you child? You petulant little shit.
Hey, we still are on stream.
They get to know us, Syrup.
Mom! Carrick called me a petulant shit!
It'd be great if we just heard
You're
it.
in trouble.
You are.
I'd love it if a hand
knows
just came
you.
out of the side of Carrick's camera and just slapped him.
Drop it.
Just handshakes me. You get it.
By the neck.
Hey.
This is a Sasuke
But
meme.
yeah.
I'm loving this because I get to see through OBS stats how many drop frames on the network. 55%. It's
Yeah.
like real bad.
And that's not really us,
Nah,
unfortunately.
Twitch is still going up.
Yeah, it says
Now, the
drop
humanized
frames
ones.
means that your connection to the server is not stable, or you can't keep with your set bitrate. Well, we didn't change our bitrate. Our internet's fine. So, Twitch, fix yourself.
The servers.
Womp womp womp.
Womp womp womp.
Womp womp.
Womp womp. It's okay. We still have 9 people that absolutely love us and are just chilling, catching every other word we're saying.
It's like one of
what
those
we sound like right now.
old-timey-wimey slideshows.
Yeah. Frame by frame.
We just make it a silent film, and we just go like bada 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 bada, and then pop up the subtitle.
Yeah. We can do that. We can just draw in the map and,
What
give
we need
updates.
to do is like record this with all of like the gaps of every like the stream, and then give it to Varso to just MS paint in the
The
gaps.
like the missing. Yeah. Yep.
Oh God.
Yeah. So every missing frame is just an MS paint that Varso has put in.
Massive seizure warning.
Can we just have like the film burning out like special effect where like every cut is like the film reel just like burning out?
Waffles, were you listening to something there for a moment?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm trying to play other streams on Twitch to see what's going on.
I was like, I don't think Waffles is watching a stream. At
That
least
row
not
on the
one.
very top.
You're right.
Okay.
I love that our viewer numbers just keep climbing at this point because hey, this is entertaining.
Hey, whatever
Well,
works.
they're like, oh, it's happening here too? Shit.
We
Come
beep
on.
every few seconds like the old slideshows in school. Got it. Beep.
Beep.
I
know.
don't remember beeping, but
We can.
Here you go.
Beep.
oh
What about-
Jesus.
We all do the dial-up modem sound, and then between loading, it'll sound even more realistic.
So just for record, I'm looking at the Twitch down detector reports, and it went from like kind of just like higher to
Yeah. Twitch, what are you doing? And why are your
I'll tell you-
partners still streaming very well? Game's done quick, still chilling. So I
Could it
just
be
watched
like an
their
East
viewers.
Coast West Coast thing? Like
It definitely could be, or it could be like partners get more priority, or I also just saw Games Done Quick drop 400 viewers, which isn't like them. So
They're giving all of their RAM to them.
Guys,
And none to
I've
us.
gotten exclusive audio from the Twitch server room.
nice. All right, let's give it a couple more minutes here, and then well, yeah, we'll see.
Come on, Twitch. My birthday's this week. I want to play. Let us play,
Aw.
Twitch.
you don't deserve it. You're a bad boy for Christmas.
See, when you say those things, you've said it so often and with, varying intent that it really has no effect on me anymore.
It's usually sexual.
Yeah.
Sticks and stones may break my bones.
In many regards, for a half a second, even before you said that, I was like, is Kara kidding on me? Like, no joke. I was like,
Confusing, but probably.
yes.
All right, we're chilling at 4,000 kilobytes per second. We're usually around like 4,500 to 5,000. So.
That sounds
That's
good.
something.
That's plenty, right?
That seems better than, 500.
True.
Well, I mean, technically not wrong. I honestly think it's Varso's fault. So,
He is downloading all
there's
those
absolutely
rules.
no evidence.
I agree.
What about all those Rule 34 jellyfish photos that you're downloading?
That is irrelevant. That would not cause this issue.
It's for the dissertation, right? The jellyfish reproduction.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. 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 That.
The weird thing is he draws half of them.
Well, so I can like explain it because
That's
go
why he
ahead.
makes the reference pics, right? That's why he goes hunting for the reference pics.
Sure it is. Sure.
That last spike feels bad.
It's like a little less percentage. It's dropping slowly.
Yeah, we're in the green now for me. I'm at 5,800 for kilobytes.
Well, the
Stream
stream
might be back, Eric. Try to refresh. Usually when streams go down and come back up, you gotta refresh. Twitch has very bad buffering issues.
Oh,
Gotta get that reset.
Mine's still buffering.
That's because you suck.
yeah. Mine just buffered.
Weird. Why do I have good bit right now?
Cause you're a liar.
I'm back at
Is this an
6,000.
issue on Twitch's side?
The issue's definitely on Twitch's side.
Yeah, if you go to Down Detector, the link that Waffles just posted, it spiked.
But my bitrate is for like our stream.
Oh, joy.
Oh joy.
I shall use this opportunity to change accents.
How many times are you gonna do that this session?
20 at the least, which is less than usual, so.
Just make it the worst Cockney accent you can.
Hello, governor.
Oi!
Oi.
Listen here.
Crikey.
It's not here,
Goodness.
is it?
My name's
Cancel.
Zehad, as it is.
My name's Zeha. It really is.
All right,
Why
bro.
are you looking at me like that?
Your name's Zaya, isn't it?
It is, it is.
There you go.
Oh, Christ. This is
I'm
when
a
we
right
find out
little
that
shit,
Twitch is
I am.
perfectly fine, right? And we're just...
Yeah. We probably are. I mean, we just procured 3 more viewers that are watching us shit post Twitch. Yeah, we're East
Goodness.
Coast, Eric, if you can hear this.
We need to
You
craft our
heard
stream
3
more
of
often.
those words.
I'd kind of love it if our viewership skyrocketed because of the Cockney accent. All of Zerf characters just had to have the worst English accent from now on to increase viewership. That would bring
I know
joy.
Waffles doesn't necessarily do, like, you know, British accents comfortably, but when we discussed this prior to stream, it's too bad nobody can clip this. But we made some decisions about, you know, their accents and their origins, and actually Zeha's mother speaks in complete Cockney. I didn't know if you knew that.
Yeah, good luck, Waffles.
Hashtag canon facts.
Like Liza
I-
Doolittle.
Here, this is how I do my accents perfectly. You ready?
Shrug.
Pretend that the future of these words are in Cockney. Hello, Zeha.
Hello, Zeha.
Hello, Zeha.
All of you are
Alright.
awful.
How are you guys? Clearly, my bitrate has nothing to do with our stream. So how are you guys doing? We still buffering?
I mean,
Yeah.
currently
I'm
we've got
refreshing.
46.5% dropped frames from the network.
I swear to God, I'm gonna slap you.
Goodness.
Oh, gosh.
All right, you want to do me a
God.
favor and
Yeah, I'm still buffering.
you want to pop the stream off and back on real quick again, one more time? Now that never mind. Our bitrate's red again. Just kidding.
Alright. It's been red for me.
Oh, right.
I had a solid
what's all these
2
then?
minutes there.
The problem is that, like, now I'm gonna have to try to get back into, like, a bit more posh, and it's not gonna work.
Good luck.
The spike has now jumped to 33 reports. Feels
Did you
bad.
make a
Well-
report?
I didn't know. That's too much work for me. It's my report's not gonna make them know anymore from their 33 reports.
It's too much work.
This is the same logic people use when they don't use their democratic right to vote, Waffles.
That's not true at all.
That's very true, actually.
Nope.
It is.
No.
At this,
Every vote.
you are
and
going to
every
let
vote
Donald
counts.
Trump win, Waffles, if you don't report this.
You're going to
See
let
something,
Donald
say
Trump
something.
on Twitch.
You are the
That's
Donald Trump
Waffles.
of Twitch, Waffles.
I am so glad this
I don't
is
think so.
being recorded on my computer because even though Twitch can't
Yeah.
have any of this, YouTube can have as much of this as y'all want.
And then the NPC, he
No.
shrugs and nods. It's true.
It's not fair.
Just-
I can't
just-
clip that. That's not fair.
But you can clip the audio.
Good work.
You can clip his audio. You can use that for other
I'll-
things.
Can also clip it from the recording. Like I can make clips from YouTube, so it's fine.
Yeah, but that's
Mhm.
more work.
Although,
It's up
will
to
the VOD
43
work?
now, Waffles.
I don't know if the VOD will
I
work.
have no
with-
idea
No,
if the VOD would work.
We'll likely have to upload if we even try to have to upload the recording as a VOD.
It's true.
Boo.
Has Eric given
We
up?
just
Eric, can you hear us? Eric, blink twice if you can hear us.
Through
Eric
your
ran away.
computer that we can't see your eyes. Blink twice so you can hear us.
Eric likes us. He's still chilling. So's your dad.
Oh my god.
Call out. Called out.
Hello, father.
Hello, Poppy.
Can we
I-
drop resolution?
We can't. You guys should be able to from your side. We can't drop what resolution. We can only put a max that we stream at that allows you to like use 1080p.
I mean,
but-
I could output less, but that I don't think that would be good. Like through my like OBS settings, I could like cap like an FPS potentially, but I don't think that'd be good, and I don't know if I could do that midstream.
Yeah.
Could we switch to
That's,
8-bit? Could we just be like an old JRPG?
Yeah, give me 1 second. Let me switch to our 8-bit setting or overlays here.
It's funny nowadays to have like a nice 8-bit setup would cost more than to not have an 8-bit setup.
It's true. It's
What's
true.
completely gone now?
The stream probably.
Oh no.
Probably us.
Actually, I'm back in the green over here.
Maybe the problems are gone?
I'm not in the green, so we're probably switching.
No, I still
Can
have
anyone see
42%
clearly now?
dropped frames, but for some reason.
That's what I was saying earlier. I was in the green and you were still having crap.
Well, so dropped frames are in the red, but kilobytes
I
per
hear ya.
second, whatever that is in the green.
Yeah, that's supposedly our connection to Twitch. Yet it seems to not care.
Everything is arbitrary and the points don't matter. Did the clip work? Cool.
Trump so.
Yeah, it did.
Oh, yes.
Get her back. Attack.
Bacchus,
No,
kill.
this is just the best. Twitch did not want us to find all the answers to Grace, and it shut
Alright.
itself down for us.
I'm in the green now. We go? We doing?
I don't know. Let's just go. I think unfortunately, I think if we want anything done and if we wanted a podcast
Well-
episode, we're gonna have to
I
go.
haven't seen it buffer for like 10 seconds.
All right, that's a good start.
Alright.
Still
Hold on,
not
I'm
buffering.
watching now.
All right, cool. I think we're good.
Yeah, I think we're back.
All right.
Yeah,
They put
No
out
more
the fire.
stupid
Whatever
accents
server
or
was
anything.
literally in flames for like a half an hour. They were like, they fixed the issue.
I think it might be back up.
All right.
All right.
Woo!
It's a bleeding miracle.
It is. It is.
Okay.
It is.
Christmas bloody miracle.
It's a miracle, isn't it?
If there was one thing I wanted for Sword and Shield, it was voice acting so that we could have stuff like
Yeah.
that coming from like the main antagonist.
Quick, we need to go now before it decides to buffer again. Oh.
Oh, it's fine.
Okay.
We're-
All right,
I
speed
think-
run. Waffles, give us 3 levels. Let's go.
We put a good pause on the story. All you missed was a bunch of Cockney accents.
Poor,
That
poor,
was
poor
the
most
Cockney
important part.
accents.
Very poor Cockney accents.
Yeah, very
and then
poor.
then that clip that Coop posted. So.
But we're back. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Heck yeah. Thanks for gaining us viewership while Twitch died.
So you were saying that they were giving us chests of gold and making us their gods.
Yep.
I think is where we left off.
There's like 3 gold in each chest and 16,000 grenades.
And they're mimics.
Those are
Not with the pins
grenades.
Yes, with the pin pulled, and I didn't hear you.
Oh.
I was asking if they were primed. So yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Run!
Prime pin pulled grenades.
All right, let's go.
I thought I was finally going to be
Alright.
able to do my explosion quest.
Okay, let's go. All right. You guys got guns held up to you. Zeha pulls her phone up, sees no signal, takes a picture. The picture works. You get a picture. They freak out and kill you. No, I'm just kidding. But
And I
they...
come back with a character with the Cockney accent.
Nope. All right, they don't kill you.
Please don't
Sorry.
kill her.
Yep.
Just a chimney sweep with a sniper rifle for a sweep.
We figured out the key.
Done. That's happening now.
I want to be enough.
You guys are very slowly taken down the streets of this futuristic city. If you guys don't turn around and try to kill them.
Thinking about it, but no.
You see just these beautiful buildings left, right, etc., etc. My brain's off track now because I've been interrupted so much. And you're brought into this main room as I talk over another one. And there is a robot that is kind of standing behind a table. And you see basically of the same build. Almost all of these robots look very, very similar to each other. And you see them place their hands down on the table, look up, and they say, "What is this?" As the other robot explains the situation, says that y'all basically appeared out of nowhere, and takes a step back to leave y'all kind of in the middle of this relatively large room with one robot who seems to be some sort of leader type behind a table looking at you. He looks up and says, "And how did you find yourself here?"
Where exactly is here? We don't exactly know.
How do you not know how you came to be here yet arrived here? This isn't a place you can just find.
Zeha hears in her head. So do we want to just tell him we walk through a door and it transported us here, or are we just going to keep beating around the bush?
She glances at you. We walked through a door.
A door.
She kind of like splays her arms out in like a, yes, it's crazy to me too, and it's honest, like I'm not bluffing. It's like we walk through a door and we're here, we don't know where here is. And I'm also, you know, purposefully using the way I speak. Like I said, we don't, where are we? Like where is here? We don't know. In terms of we don't know what here is, not we don't know how we got here. You know what I mean? Like I'm kind of trying very hard to double speak as much as possible.
For sure. You see him just stare at you for a second, no emotions on his face. This isn't a place you can reach through a door. You'd see him say, like, clearly disbelieving you.
I mean, from the limited amount that we've seen, I'm not here to disagree. And yet, here we are. Can you... I understand there's some secrecy as to where here is. Is this not information that we can have? I don't know how to get back if we don't know where we are.
see him sit there for a second, kind of thinks about it. Make me a diplomacy check. Anybody can aid that wants to.
I will aid by not helping.
Yeah, that's what Eisen
Yep.
is doing. Is just kind of scanning the environment to make sure we don't get ambushed or thrown in jail. Actively.
Is anybody aiding?
We can't hurt them by trying, right?
No.
No.
Yeah, then
Okay.
I'll try.
That mental note was my attempt to aid this.
That is a nat 10 for a 9, so I fail.
14.
14. And what is it? A DC 10?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sweet.
For a +2, right?
Yep.
I'm trying so hard not to confuse Pathfinder and Starfinder right now.
Yeah.
That makes my 24 a 26. Heck yeah.
Okay.
26.
You see him look for a second. Raises his head slightly, almost like he's looking down his robotic nose at you. It says, "What do any of you know about the swarm?"
Hey, Waffles. What do I know about this?
Most of you
Tetsu
know.
thinks back to session 1.
Yeah, exactly. We did learn a little.
Yeah.
We knew a little.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Most of you know at least the basic information, and the fact that like these bug-like creatures equate them to like a locust swarm, which is why they're called the swarm. Kind of made their way across galaxies, drift, like even there's even like some of them were able to make it to the Pact worlds, but many of the vast and the outer worlds kind of planets were attacked and even completely destroyed. It is basically the swarm is the sole reason that the Vesh and the Vesh am I right? Is that a race?
Vesk, I think.
Vesk, yep. That's I knew I was very close, but Vesh did not sound right. The swarm is the sole reason that the Vesk and the Pact worlds stopped their war, and that the Vesk and the Veskarium kind of like signed on in the Pact. But you guys would know this to happen around like 290 AG, and where we are is like about 40 years past that, so we're at like 330 AG, 331.
Okay.
When you say that,
So
go ahead.
I was gonna have Moat just kind of pipe up out of term. So if you were wanting to say something, you can interrupt me. But Moat says, and we saw one lone swarm ship in an asteroid belt a few months ago.
So when you say it's the reason that the Vesk stopped their war, like the common enemy was the swarm?
Basically, it was such a big enemy that the Vesk and the Pact worlds could no longer afford to fight each other.
Okay.
Like they didn't ally together to defeat the swarm that I know of. Like maybe they did here and there. It wasn't a huge thing, but like it wasn't a huge campaign against the swarm. But it was like hey, we can't do this anymore. Like let's chill.
Cool. And that individual ship that Moat just mentioned was what we saw?
I don't think that was an actual like this swarm ship. It was part of a swarm, part of a hive mind kind of ship. But this is like capital the swarm. Like it's
Gotcha.
yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
And swarms are weird words because there are plenty of like swarm creatures. Like there's a swarm of bees here and there. But this is like these are very particular the swarm is basically a race.
Right. They're locusts, basically.
Yeah. Yep. They're like a humanoid locust type race.
Would Moat have said that then still? Knowing that?
No.
Okay.
I wouldn't have.
Okay. All good.
Then keeping very neutral, I will just simply say, I believe the swarm fought the Vesks at some point, along with the the Pact Worlds? Like, not saying, like, they're the enemy, you know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah,
Kill them all!
You see him kind of look around to his people back and forth for a second. Very, very slightly nods, and a nod that's almost like, yeah, kinda. And he says, many of the worlds in the vast one where you such find yourself now were either fully destroyed or found some ways outside of the realm of normalcy to go on with their lives after the swarm.
And so this location was attacked by the swarm and then left, and this civilization rose from that?
You see, at this point, he's basically like bought into telling you, because clearly not going anywhere. He says, yes, you find yourself on Omron, one of the first planets to ever be attacked by the swarm. As I said, this is not a place that you can find any longer to scanners. This looks like a dead planet.
Quick question. Was the locusts like humanoid people or like fleshy things? Or I mean like
swarm.
robot things? The swarm, sorry.
Fleshy thing. I won't say like they are humanoid people.
Right.
They're not like.
They're biological is the word I mean.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
And
so
what keeps this place from being discovered? Sorry, Zeha.
No, by all means.
Oh, sorry. sorry. The way you asked that question, I thought you were asking Zeha.
Oh, no.
He again like is giving like looks that you can tell like this is the guarded secret kind of thing. And he says, we currently have a barrier being produced by a code that is locked, and that is what would keep both the swarm out, us in, and anyone else from unfortunately ever finding us.
Unfortunately?
Yeah, eyes in it that frowns for the first time.
Well, we don't want to be a completely independent race. We enjoy our trade. We seem like if a robot can size, at one point we didn't even look like this.
Oh, so this is a development of necessity.
Yes.
Interesting.
This
yes.
This was a ship we're on, right, Waffles? Like this massive alien-looking ship.
You said planet.
Like everything's like curved. Is it planet or curved structure? Like I thought it was.
I mean,
like
the buildings are curved structures.
oh, okay.
Yeah, like
I was
think
imagining like a.
think like highly. I'm sure you've seen like some sci-fi films where like
Yeah.
you have that like white porcelain curved buildings like everywhere. That's kind of what this looks like.
Gotcha.
So,
Do you? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I just was curious, the necessity to maintain the barrier. Is it simply that breaking the barrier risks detection, or simply one infringement will break the code and no longer be viable? Could it be a blip on the radar when the barrier is breached, or does it destroy the barrier?
To be honest, we are not sure, but a code that produces a barrier such as this that we had to use, I can only assume the worst, that a break in the barrier would result in a broken barrier.
So you're trapped in here, is what you're saying.
Trapped, but alive.
Interesting.
Do you know your coordinates in the vast in terms of your location compared to the other planets in the Pact worlds even?
Yes, we know our coordinates from prior. It should be relatively the same. I mean, obviously, like, all of y'all know that planets orbit, et cetera, like, they're not always in the same place, but...
Yeah, but in the general vicinity.
Yeah.
To be candid, we have no intention of any harm. We truly do not know how we came to be here, though this whole situation is increasingly fascinating. We'd be happy to work with you if you'd be willing to accept a curious corral of strangers. But if you'd wish to share the coordinates, perhaps we could try to map where we are to where we came from and have a little bit more information.
And you plan to bring others?
No, I don't think we could. And like you said, I wouldn't want to breach a barrier unless we knew it was safe. You mentioned you wanted to trade. If that's something that we could identify and take a look at, be happy to. And meanwhile, perhaps we could share news and anything else that we bring from the latest in the Pact worlds.
You see it like the talk of like news and such, kind of the smallest of reactions, like a look to his fellow people that are standing around, two of them still like guns up pointed at the center. And he says, "That is interesting. I'm not sure what it would do to help. At this point, I'm not sure how plotting would happen or how you would even leave."
Well, we won't know until we try, and if we pool our resources together, perhaps we can help each other. That is, of course, if your friends would be willing to lower their guns.
You see him look at each of you for a second to make sure that everyone is on the same page.
Len shakes his bell up and down.
Eisen is deep in thought and a look of concern, but he's not like actively hostile to the idea. There's just a lot going on in his brain right now.
Tetsu's just standing there ready.
Okay.
Both's got a very blank face, churning
Shoot somebody.
their mind over the mention of, they weren't always looking that way, so it does seem like they put consciousnesses inside of other type of bodies, so
It's fascinating.
that's intriguing.
Yeah. And what we can learn about the technology that they've developed completely isolated from the outside world is like... Zeha is also fascinated. Like, the technological theory here. I think everyone's itching to get their hands dirty.
You see him bring up a hand at the mention of like lowering guns. Slowly drops it as his people slowly drop their guns.
And we pull ours out.
You
go! Judo kick.
Yeah, you see him kind of bring his arms to the side and said, "Let us see how we can help each other."
Slowly pull out the comm unit again.
One of them pulls up a gun to shoot you.
Every time. Third bullet wound.
That's why didn't you block? Oh no.
I mean, like, taking a step out of character, like with everybody, like, I want to list the immediate thoughts that I have, right? One, just technological info. sorry, technological info and like, you know, the story of this place that could be important, useful, who knows. There's potentially the code barrier might be super useful to apply to Grace if we can figure out a way to make that work. And then the consciousness thing, maybe that is something that has already been applied to Grace in the reverse, or like, who knows, right? So those are my three main interests.
We
I think
led
the
here
main
for a
question
reason,
is, like, why are we here?
Yeah.
like
It has to do
there's
with
something
Grace.
Grace related in here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think it's as simple as just like an upgrade for Grace. Like, there has got to be like a core reason that we're here, like something fundamentally important. Like, the code seems interesting stuff, but like, well, first of all, why the heck? I don't get the, hey, we've locked ourselves here, but like, we just don't want to drop the barrier because it's scary, but we also kind of want to like chill with people. Like, it seems something's like not complete.
Yeah.
Well, if you spent 200 years
have a-
being afraid of like the bug people that are gonna kill all of you, I mean, like, it's hard to like have some people show up and be like, well, if you insist, I guess we'll.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, like, regardless of us, like, the fact that they've sat here for 200 years, like, bug people scary, but like, they also have like the Uber world outside.
I don't think
Something doesn't
that's
add up.
like, that's I get that like mindset. To me, I think I'm more thinking of it as like the swarm destroyed this planet. They managed to hold on to a thread of life and like hide themselves from the world and build themselves up from the scratch up, like that they've been doing that this past 200 years and are now like, it's not that we don't want to be connected to the outside world, but safety first.
I do want to correct y'all. I keep hearing 200 years. It's been 40.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
You threw
291 AG is when the swarm started. That was about 40 years from this date.
Got it.
yeah, but you had
I think
also
I-
said like their language was 200 years
Yeah.
old, but fast forwarded some.
Right.
But
Yeah.
so my thinking was, I thought they were older than 40 years swirled away here, but I didn't think. I thought somewhere between that 200 and that 40 years ago.
Wait,
Osha.
these people turned themselves all into robots in a span of 40 years? That's insane.
Yeah.
And why? Like, if
I
it's
assume a lack of-
foragers-
Well,
I assume lack of resources to feed an entire population off a destroyed planet is probably a good reason.
So
I also
let's
ju-
add the why to figuring, like to the list of interests.
Yeah, because
Okay.
And the how your
Yeah.
planet got wrecked, and somehow you're like, all right, let's install everybody into super bodies. I mean, granted, these aren't, Waffle said they're kind of like meh forms, but still,
We saw that.
Right.
like, to download the entire planet's surviving population into robo-men and women seems a little extreme for somebody who's on a dying planet.
it's also interesting they can't turn the shield off of their own accord. They were able to turn it on, but then they were like,
I don't think
I
they
mean,
can't. I
no,
think don't
they
want-
said we don't know how. At least that's what I thought. Waffles.
Did they
said.
say that, Waffles?
I thought he said, he said,
No.
I thought, like, we don't know if it'll break if we just let somebody out.
They
Yeah.
they don't
Right.
know,
Yeah.
but they.
They're unsure of the consequences of turning it off
Got
because
it.
they had asked specifically, well, like, if you turn it off, will that like produce a break in the code and you can't get it back on, or will you just appear on some people's radars for half a second and we can walk out?
Right.
Yeah. It's
Um,
probably like held together by bubblegum and string, and they're like, fuck, man, if we turn
Right.
this off.
And in terms
Yikes.
of Grace, what you were saying earlier, Carrick, like, I think that this has something to do with Grace in a integral part of like helping us uncover the mystery. Like, there's going to be
Right,
answers.
the
here.
riddles and stuff.
It's not a upgrade for her or a patch for her. That's, I don't think, what we're dealing with here.
Yeah.
No,
Speaking
yeah,
of the riddles,
there's fundamentally something with one of the riddles or Grace that's it's here.
Speaking of the riddles, one thing Moat would like to do while when initial tension is settled in and we move forward with just like conversation. Maybe Zayah's been showing off some stuff on the comm unit. Moat wants to ask, so we're curious. We ran into some curious symbols recently, and we'd like to know or I'd like to know at least, if any of them seem familiar to any of you.
Which symbols
It
are
might be a stretch, but I'm talking about the etchings that were on the pillars. So the elven drawing of a large beast on the side of an archway, or the blurred picture depicting two entities and what looked like a playful chase.
The photos then.
Moat wants
the
photos.
Cool.
Yeah, the images of those etchings from the 4 pillars. So Moat wants to like flash each one of those images on their mask for the others to see, and see if any of those potentially spark a reaction. Moat's actually particularly interested in the Starfinder symbol, since that was an older version. I don't know if 40 years is enough time, but
For sure.
All of this stuff about Pillar 4 definitely sounds pretty much like this. Like,
yeah,
just giving it a look through again. Generations barred, the stars are my guard, locked door. Guys, come on.
Underground?
Ooh.
Underground?
Yeah, they are underground. Like, we found them by going underground underneath the corporations above and ended up here.
They're
Can we read
underground.
Like,
Right
this
now.
is the only way we could access this place.
All right, we need to read it really quick. It's written in Terran, too. Anything we saw in akin to Terran in terms of language?
Not here. You just know that Terran's like a very old language. It's almost like it's like an elemental language.
Interesting. So this is technological advancement without enhancement. Corporations abound. Find me underground. Within civilization I reside. A locked door. Laws abide. The stars are my guard for generations barred. So maybe it's underground here.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
It could.
Len will pipe up and ask, like, a really, really random question. Are there a lot of corporations around this place?
Well, we got the
Smooth.
Tillas and
No!
Len just
Len,
wants
that
it.
is your people,
Got him.
yes?
he takes a second, takes a beat. Not any longer. No, there are no need for those corporations.
Can you... The concept of being locked away as you have and finding the way to survive, she sort of gestures to, like, the robotics on them. I'm fascinated by the time frame and do you mind giving us a rundown of the history that has gotten you to this point since the attack?
I do mind.
I see.
Okay, buddy.
I am, as much as I would love to share stories, I do find myself unsure if you will just walk out of another door and tell people where we are.
I understand. Are you familiar with Starfinders?
Yes, we have heard of them, never enter any interaction.
I see. We here are Starfinders. And
Yes,
shows-
all of us.
shows badge.
Let me see your badge, Tetsu.
I have it still.
I hope that we can gain your trust and learn your stories, because I do believe that is pertinent to what we are looking for. However, all I can say is that we're not here to do any harm, and hope that you believe. Our intent was to, and you can see like it has struggling to kind of like put this into words if anybody does pipe in.
In your mind, seek knowledge.
Massacre your people.
Sorry. Seek knowledge. Find answers. That's really the core of what the Starfinders do in our particular mission. We just need to understand.
Yes, I do believe we understand. We ourselves are seeking knowledge of how to return to our old bodies. And with that, we'll take a break.
You suck.
Boy.
Oh my gosh.
Come on.
Oh my gosh.
Here's a conversation starter. Let's leave.
Are all their bodies just sitting in like a cryo chamber and they're just like vibing?
Yep.
Probably.
Just chilling.
Hell yeah.
They're like,
Oh,
damn, we forgot to give ourselves taste modules. This time.
Tetsu has a solution. It's foolproof.
Oh god. Are we gonna be without food?
Yes.
That sucks for you guys.
No.
Is there air here? I don't even know.
Hey, you guys are still in your spacesuits.
Yeah, we turned on our protections before we entered, so.
Alright, all stuff to find out after break. We are gonna be right back. Refresh our drinks, all that good stuff. We will catch you in just a couple minutes, so stick around. We love you very much. Be right back.
Hello, we're back.
Ah!
We're back. We're back from our break. What did everyone do? Long break. What did everyone get done?
I was petting Kitty.
Nice.
I got some Oreos. They're the Halloween ones.
Are they flavored orange?
They have the same flavor, they say, but they do taste slightly different somehow. I don't know.
It's probably the dye.
It's just that orange dye flavor, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's
I
the
got
Oreos, though.
saltines.
Saltine crackers, my favorite snack in the world. Not really, but they're very good.
A waffle snack. It's just a saltine.
Just a salty waffle.
Oh, that's something else.
There you go. All right. Let's get started. He said that he was interested in getting back to his old body. And then
Flash.
we went on break.
We crave Flash.
So
He's so gonna try to steal our body.
To do that, or to be able to input on that fascinating directive, we would have to understand what happened, which I sort of believe you didn't want to share. So
He just stares at you.
We could find you people in the Pact worlds that could help you.
Yes, that is if you have a way out.
Will you let us look?
Or a way out?
A way out.
Sure.
Unrestricted access to the city, let's go!
Is this the majority of the city? Or is there built up or down?
It is built up and relatively wide. It does house approximately 25,000 of us.
And all of you have had to move beyond your bodies?
Yes, we all currently reside in these machines.
Why?
You see, being asked again, he takes a beat and eventually seems to at least somewhat cave and says, when the swarm attacked our planet, our lands, our people, our bodies were ravaged, killed, taken, the swarm have one goal in mind: to devour, to destroy. And we have, as a people, always had what we call the Ghost Forge. This forge allows us to, you see him look up very specifically at you, Zeha. Much like your people, collect our consciousness and revisit it. With some tinkering, it also allows us to collect our souls.
That sounds
And-
similar to the forge on my homeworld, yes?
I don't know, but if you want to enlighten me and the listeners, then there's a high chance of it.
So back on Samosara, there's something called Phrasma's Forge, where all the
Okay.
corpses of Shimreen go, and it's where new Shimreen are born from. And there's like special
Okay.
rites that, like, new sparks are made out of the same lava where all the dead Shimreen return to.
Sure. Almost like a reincarnation type thing.
Yeah, but it's like you use different body parts of your family members to make like a new spark, so it's like the old making new again. It's
Sure.
Me blending up my grandmother and my dad to make like my son.
Yes, basically.
Well,
Goodness.
this part of my uncle I just was not a fan of, so that's not going in.
Yeah. I will say similar, but not very similar. It's definitely more in the line of the Kasatha, like keeping their consciousness with the brain slices and stuff.
Right.
Except for basically he's saying with some tinkering, they were able to keep more than the consciousness and actually keep like the soul itself, air quote personality and all. And then with some other tinkering, it's easy enough to make the jump. They made these robots, which are, for all intents and purposes, almost like Warforged, and can house a soul. And so these people were alive, never technically like really died, depending on how you look at it, and then just put their souls into a different body.
To avoid the swarm.
To both avoid the swarm and protect ourselves for a long life of solitude. No aging of bodies, no need for sustenance.
And how does the protection wall come into play then?
That keeps the swarm away.
Couldn't you have the wall up and never have changed your bodies, wouldn't that also keep them away?
It would, but we would have starved to death over 40 years.
Ah, speaking of, I don't know if my, suit can tell me the environmental, hazards around us, but is there oxygen? What's the deal?
Yeah, you can give a scan through your suit. No oxygen, no, highly toxic areas or anything, but no oxygen, no atmosphere.
And
I will live one more hour than you all.
When we were
Could be
outside,
able to watch us all die.
Was there a ceiling? You know what I mean? Was there no sun? Was there no...
Yeah, I think I didn't explain it this time coming in. I want to say I explained it last time before we left 2 weeks ago, but everything is pitch black. So no stars, no sun.
Yeah, there's nothing. You said last time.
I think that's why I thought it was a ship.
Can
I thought we were just on some surface floating city.
Could be.
Can I make a... They have all this technology, but they can't figure out how to grow artificial, plants like we do in the Adari. Can I make some kind of check to figure that out? Or,
Sure.
know what I know about the Adaris?
Give me a physical science check.
Sure.
Unlike you all, they went hard, okay? They solved that shit quick.
25.
We're gonna be depressed robots for 1,000,000 years.
Moat will ask, so you say you want to return to your original bodies, but does that mean you want to reconnect with the rest of the vast and the Pact worlds?
I will attempt to remember that. I'm gonna put it on hold to get to Zeha's 25 physical science real quick. Looking at the ground and everything you've kind of walked by, Zeha, it, for all intents and purposes, is a barren, rocky moon. You even know that Akiton has problems growing things. The Adari they have adapted, and obviously being in a very enclosed space it can even make it a little easier to create your own environment to grow things. But with this planet's atmosphere and just its soil and what they're kind of stuck to, without trade, obviously, since they closed themselves off, they can't trade for soil. They can't turn the soil into other things.
Can't grow shit without oxygen.
Yeah, all of the above. Could they, with this amazing technology, could they have eventually invented something? Probably, but at the very least, it would have taken connections to the outside and trade and stuff, and they just two bird, one stoned.
I have some non-magical sand in my pocket, if you'd like.
So useful, 2 vials of sand.
We can grow 1 cacti.
Interesting.
Back to you, Mo. What was the question again? I definitely forgot it.
The question was, do the people here want to reconnect with the vast and the Pact worlds as a consequence of getting back into their bodies?
Yeah, you seem to look for a second. We were never fully connected with the Pact worlds, but we did have trade that would, if the planets were not destroyed around here, would benefit us to reestablish.
So, okay, if the code was broken for the barrier and you guys had the ability to get back into your bodies, being we pretty much would be able to leave that way, right? Maybe if the barrier's broken, someone's gonna notice and someone's gonna come check, right?
Yes, but just as quick as the swarm itself would.
Assuming the swarm hasn't eaten them as well.
Well, let's start
Is
with
the
how
swarm
far away
still
we
a
are.
threat?
Yeah, can we start where we are so we can know the distance that we're dealing with? And do you have, simply should it be an option, do you have some form of astral transponder that could perhaps send a message?
We do not have an andral. Andral. I don't know where that word came from. We do not have an astral transponder within the city, but many of the corporations outside of the walls would.
Corporations outside of the walls?
Yes.
What do you mean?
The abandoned ruins?
Runes?
Don't put words in his mouth. Let
Are
him
they
answer.
populated?
As far as we know, they are completely destroyed from the swarm.
Would you say they abound?
What?
Would you say these ruins of the corporations abound? Like they're a bunch?
Plentiful, abound.
Gotcha.
Abound means around.
There are various. I would not say they are everywhere you look.
So, okay. Is this not a planet on its own? Is this just a section that has been blocked off?
Yeah,
This
that's what
is
I'm
a
getting.
city. This is a
That
city
makes
locked
way more
off from a
sense.
ruined planet.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
that makes
they
more
like built a bubble around the city pretty much, and it's
Basically.
just hanging there. Okay.
Yeah, alright.
Oh, okay. Whew.
That's the sense you are getting. Maybe I could have explained that better, but yeah, like even when y'all were outside, like looking left and right, the horizon was blocked off, which makes you think like eventually like you just looked into black instead of the horizon continuing, if that makes sense.
It's like if
Okay.
Manhattan
Tetsu-
was cut off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tetsu will look at him and go, "Can we get to the corporations, or are they cut off with this barrier as well?"
They're cut off.
Zeha just whispers, "Find me underground."
Tetsu
Does the
nods.
barrier extend below the earth?
Yes. At least we assume so. The swarm. Many of them do have burrowing capabilities, and we have yet to see one.
All right. Will you allow us access to study the barrier?
You may study the barrier. I cannot, in good faith, allow you access to the forge.
That's fine.
Right.
You do realize that if you do return to more biological forms, you most likely will have to leave the planet if it is truly destroyed. As much as you say.
Are you looking to transport with us back?
We are open to ideas. There are many that would likely not want to return to their bodies. There are some that do.
Do you still hold your bodies somewhere?
We're hungry.
And you see like a pause. No, we no longer have our bodies. They would have been gone past these years. We would likely seek other forms.
Insight check?
Guys!
Sure.
Snatch them, if you will.
Give me a sense motive.
That's a 14.
I'd like to insight check
Yes.
too.
Yeah. Eisen has been listening. He wants an insight check, but for something a little different.
26. I read his mind.
Dr. Lin, with your Zaya, with your 14, you don't know much. I can't relate. Like it just the sentence passed, basically. Dr. Lin, with your 26, you don't get the sense like that thought definitely crosses your mind. You don't get the sense that they're seeking like your bodies right now, or any
They want my body.
or any kind of maliciousness, like to anybody's bodies. But you definitely don't think it's off the table for someone who wants something like very bad.
Yeah.
I rolled a 14 sense motive for a general vibe check. Like during this entire conversation, he's been generally like very calm and collected and very reserved. But like
he's a robot.
But like there's a person behind there, we found out. Like what is his general demeanor towards us? Is it more caution, or is it like desperation? Maybe we found like we've somehow stumbled on an answer to this problem we have, or is it just curiosity? What's the like general vibe check from his side of the conversation?
He seems obviously, like you said, calm, cool, collected. It's the big vibe. You do get the sense that is the robot facing forward. He seems somewhere between cautious and curious. Like you get the sense being locked up for 40 years, seeing somebody, like if the first thing they did was kill y'all, it would be well, what if we talked to, like, well, what if this, like that kind of stuff.
Can we have a little while to discuss plans with each other as to how we want to begin to help you?
Sure.
That was so suspicious. Holy crap.
One of my people will remain with you.
Yes. Also,
We can probably
of,
take one.
Kidding,
I didn't say that.
They all raised their guns.
Speaking of
No.
the lack of oxygen and the like, there's technology abound, so like can we charge our suits likely?
Yeah, you can definitely charge your suits.
Food and water.
I'm trying to think. Could you ever can you replacement battery your suits like while you're wearing them?
I'm assuming
I don't think so.
We can hold our breath for like a certain period of time. So as long as we can.
Yeah, I know that.
Well, I
I'm just
imagine
wondering
the suit has a charge that it holds, like a called a mini battery, where it's like, all right, you've got like a minute.
Right.
Well, let's.
I mean,
Like, 'cause
my
it
mask.
wouldn't make sense for it to not do that.
My mask can provide power to systems or technological items for a short amount of time.
Yeah,
So,
that's kind of what my brain's wondering is like, can you charge your suit while you're wearing it? Like, is there something that keeps you from doing that? Because just the way Starfinder works is like, I don't know if like you can just be like, oh, I'm wearing my suit, boop, new battery.
Right,
I mean,
so
I think just
here's
logically, it wouldn't make sense to not have that as a function of
here's
your
the
stuff.
rules that I can find. A suit of armor's environmental protection lasts the number of days equals to its item level. Activating, deactivating, standard action, access. That's not all related. The duration of the suit's environmental protections does not need to be expended all at once, but it must be extended in 1 hour increments. Recharging this duration requires access to a functioning starship or an environment recharging station. Publicly available, blah, 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 in most advanced or average settlements. Takes 1 minute per day recharged. So it doesn't seem like a minute to recharge. Doesn't seem that bad. Most of the recharging stations that replenish devices, such as batteries and power cells, also recharge armor's environmental protections and use them to recharge is usually free of price. So basically, it doesn't seem that it was a very complicated thing. All other functions on a suit of armor with no duration remain working as normally. Yeah. It does not seem to be.
I still
a
think you'd be able to
recharge.
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds good to me. Then, yeah, I mean, you guys would definitely have a place to charge the suit here. As far as, like, making some portable batteries. I'm sure that's in the wheelhouse if you guys come up across the supplies. Sounds like the big problem is food.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but food and water aren't part of that that environment suit package, right?
No.
Yeah, so we've got
So
a
who are we
very
eating
small
first?
window.
We have our.
It's not the food that's the
backpacks.
problem.
Who's rolling
water.
with the mic on?
I might have had the button down. I have a chicken nugget for food because apparently I didn't buy food,
All right.
or I'm not finding it.
Yeah, no, that's definitely not something that I considered. Womp. Okay.
All right, guys,
got
we're going to the great
old
unknown.
ration.
Let's not take food.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe like
I've
rations or
got
whatever.
2. I have 2 field rations. You
You're
guys are
fine.
dead. I'm gonna be eating it up.
Dr. Lin will survive.
Okay.
Well,
so,
it's not my fault you guys didn't pack a lunch.
You don't eat with your mouth, dummy.
Oh yeah.
no.
Oh God.
Never do it again.
Scrubbing that image from my mind. So, as Tetsu says that, Zeha's gonna turn up the assertiveness just a touch. Look, I understand that this is a remarkably unique situation to find yourselves with suddenly after 40 plus years, us. Like we said, and in complete honesty, we are here to find answers. Clearly, you need some assistance as well. If it's not something you found in the past 40 years, we're probably your best bet. And I paused to, like, see how he's taking this.
Yeah.
He doesn't interrupt you. He just stares at you.
Like, is he, like,
He starts crying.
offended and or, like, disagreeing, though?
You can give me a sense motive if you want.
14.
Oof.
It's very hard to tell. What's his robot face?
Like the 14.
It doesn't seem to shift whatsoever. You're talking to a wall.
So, we are willing to help you. We hope that you imbue us with your trust, because now it's not just you and your people that need to leave this place, but us as well. We wish to do so safely, so we can assume that you and your safety is part of that consideration. We will work together or not at all. Does that make sense?
Eisen frowns when he hears the not at all, imagining having to fight
Yeah.
actively out and being
More
like,
just you're not gonna get our help if you
tear.
don't help us. Like, not fighting anybody.
We'll work together, not at all. Then she draws her gun.
right, it's like,
Shield on.
Yeah, he stares for 1-2 seconds. Then he says, "And what is the work together? What is your goal?"
To understand this place. To find something here that would give us answers as to why we're here. And then a way out. That suits both of our needs.
Eisen will pipe up at that moment and say, the magic door we walked through is supposed to take us to the place we're supposed to be, the place we need to be, and it led us here.
Here's
So-
all the info.
No, not all the info, just, we were meant to be here. for
Yeah,
some
we haven't
reason.
said anything about a magic door yet, but
No, we did. We mentioned a door that
We-
we walked through.
we said we didn't say like there was a door that we walked through with the purpose specifically for this. To me, this gives more information, but that's fine.
I think we need to, or we're not going to do anything.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll-
Plus, I mean, I think it's kind of assumed at this point that it was some sort of magic door, because, I mean, there's not a door that just opens up to in here. So,
right.
Yeah.
Guys,
doors
I'm
I mean, I
Welcome
do
to my
think it's a
living room.
bit self-explanatory. The door we walked through led us here for a specific reason, and this must be the reason. I mean, I think we could probably phrase it that way, and that'd be okay.
Yes, that's what I'm aiming at.
Okay, we're totes here to help. Totes. No
You see him
malicious intent.
sit there for a beat and says, well, I can promise assistance in all of those except for leaving. I would like to, but as of now, the only way that we know is through the forge and the code. And we've had that discussion.
He's saying the code.
The shield.
Yeah.
Yeah, why is he saying the forge? Like, what do you mean leaving through the forge?
He's saying that the code is connected to the forge.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
The
That's
barrier is connected to the code.
Yeah.
Yeah, the barrier is connected to the code, which is connected to the forge.
Interesting.
So we can go into the city, just not where the forge is, yes?
Yes.
Can you
And
point us
where's
to
the
where we
forge
need to avoid?
so we don't go there?
Yes.
I will leave one with you, and if you happen to be going that way, they'll let you know.
Fair enough.
Sure. Don't be alarmed. I want to take a look at something. I'm gonna cast Detect Magic.
And we get shot.
Fourth gunshot.
Don't be alarmed. Does something alarming.
Yeah, unknown magic. Just poof.
I also want to know their reaction to magic.
Lightning hands appear. Shut up!
No!
Reaction-wise, they all seem to not like immediately freak out. So they do understand magic is a thing. Likewise, their bodies seem to register as magical.
Then I can find the magic building. We got this.
Does that afford you like any understanding of what the magic's like, or is it just yes, it is magic?
Strong.
Because
Yeah, what does Detect Magic let you do in Starfinder?
I'm wondering if they seem similar to like how Grace feels.
That's very interesting, actually. Yeah.
Just
You
give 'em a
detect all
USB
magic
stick and see if they
spells,
like it.
effects, items, and objects, including those on or affecting creatures you can see, as well as hybrid items in the area. You can't detect magical traps, blah, 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 blah. Each round you concentrate on the same area. You can determine if one magic source you detect is from a spell, a magic item, or another effect, and the caster level of the effect, or item level. You cannot determine if there are magic sources in areas you can't see, or if there's magic source in an area one time that has since expired. So, no.
There's some stuff in there I think I can give you though.
Sure.
It is definitely, it registers as an item, their bodies. So it's like a, like, granted, they have consciousness in it, they are creatures, etc., but their bodies register as like a type of magitech. And aside from that, it registers as caster level 6.
Interesting.
Which is, for those who don't know, that's the highest. That's basically caster level 9 in D&D. Like, it's the highest in Starfinder.
Whew.
Oh boy.
I wish we had Grace. I would put her in a synthetic body.
We don't need that.
Yeah, that wouldn't
Here's
at
your
all
Too
complicate
powerful.
things. Yeah.
Here's your body to walk around, Grace.
All right, back into your
He
lead
pulls your
box,
gun
Grace. Get in
There's a
there.
bullet in all of our heads.
Tetsu's ready to go walking around.
Yeah, before we start just walking around, if we need resources or to discuss anything about charging our suits, who should we say we're currently working with? I'm meaning this as more of like a means of introduction without like directly asking what his name is and rank.
Sure. You can tell them you're speaking with the leader of the Amranta. The name is Dol.
Bob?
Bob Dole. Dol.
What did he call the people?
Amran Ta. You know the planet is named Amran, so Amran. The people are Amran Ta, so the planet plus TAH.
Dole, you spell that D-O-W?
I think we would pronounce that Dow,
Oh, my bad.
or very powerful people. You know, either.
He corrects you with like 6 different consonants in the name that are like hidden consonants.
No, I actually spell it DBXOLZY.
But
Dole.
most of them are silent.
XXXQPDOLPQXXX.
0110
Yeah.
A pleasure to meet you, Dole. My name is Zeha Vumti. Perspective Madaloon.
Zehavum T clan, blah blah blah.
I do say Perspective Madeline though, for sure.
Okay.
Do they know your grandma?
They don't seem to react to even the word meddling.
Or Ramsimpton.
No.
You can just call me Moat.
Eisen.
Tetsu.
I am the Lanazov Zen. Yes.
Zeha so badly wants to be like doctor. He's doctor. He's a really great doctor.
We don't use
He
his
does
name,
not have
we
a
just use his
degree.
title.
He does not seem to like react to any of your names, rather than just listen to them, and if he were a human or something, would give a head nod. But you get the sense he's giving the like, thanks for the introductions. Nice meeting. Goodbye. All right. And as you all walk out of the building, ready to explore with one of his Goonies in tow,
We kill him.
that's what we'll go ahead and end the session tonight.
God damn it.
Yeah.
But the question's left unanswered.
Rip.
Like-
Should have asked.
Like, whose name is the person who's staying with us?
What's your connection to Grid?
Dead.
Yeah. I mean, here. Hold on. I got you. He introduces
Sure.
her and says, Vizco will be following you.
Visco?
Vizco. VYZKO.